The latest Give Me 10 challenge is more a challenge for myself than for anybody, and it's about decluttering. It's about losing that 10 pounds of clutter and keeping it off. And I'm going to use a different strategy this time than I usually do. Usually I get so fed up that I clean up the whole house, and as soon as that first sock is left on the floor, I'm deflated and defeated. So my new strategy is to do it 10 minutes at a time. And so each day I'll pick a different area of the house and just focus on that for 10 minutes and see if I can declutter and keep the clutter away and then move on to the next area. So we're going to start with the credenza in the dining room and see how that goes. This is really embarrassing, but this is the area of the house that collects everything. Schoolwork, purses, debris, it all goes here. But after 10 minutes of putting things away and throwing things away, I have a lot more order and smaller piles. So here I am at the conclusion of day one of the declutter project. As you can see, I've made a little bit of progress. So this was 18 minutes worth of work, so it was two 10-minute chunks. So I did 10 minutes, made a bit of progress, definitely saner, more orderly, and then came back and did another 8 minutes later. So I learned a few things along the way about how to get here and how to keep it this way, and I'll pass along the lessons I learned for myself in case they're of any use to you. One is, I'm really glad that I started in this public area in the dining room, because now it's an area that's orderly, peaceful, and I can hopefully use it to inspire me to move on to another area tomorrow. So I'm glad I started in a public area. Another thing is, there are a lot of things that you find along the way as you're decluttering that you really don't know, are these things that belong to anybody? Do they matter to anybody? So that's why I have this bowl here, so that at the end of every day, the kids can go through it and see, is this anything I need? Is this a piece to a puzzle? Is this a piece to a game? And if it's not something they need, I can chuck it. Another lesson that was really helpful to me was setting the timer, because it was a real comfort that I could just do something for 10 minutes, make whatever progress I could in those 10 minutes, and then I was allowed to move on. And then the final lesson I learned was that I hope that this becomes just step one and zone one in my declutter project. That as I build and as I complete decluttering a certain area, I don't let that creep back in and let it get cluttered again. So I hope that this kind of slow and steady approach of just doing it 10 minutes at a time keeps it manageable, so that as I achieve success in one area, I can move on and then never let that slip back into a cluttery area. So those were the lessons I learned today. If you'd like to register your own 10-minute declutter project, go on to giveme10.info and register your goal, and then share your own tips and what you learned for yourself as you went through this on the blog post this month. So thanks for joining me, and we'll hope for even more success day 2.